Hello everybody. In this video, we're going to see how well the Microraptor could survive if it was transported in present-day Bulgaria. Enjoy. So first off, we need to know what exactly was the Microraptor. It was a really small theropod dinosaur, well, at least for a dinosaur standard. The Microraptor was about a foot, or around 0.3 meters in height, if we count its main body, that is. So basically, it's bigger than most in Bulgaria, be it sparrows, pigeons, or even ravens. It had a wingspan of around 100 centimeters, and it fed on small insects, lizards, and just basically whatever else that was smaller than it and was not poisonous. It lived during the early Cretaceous period in what is nowadays China, in forests that also had plenty of water in them. The bird-like dromaeosaurid had 4 wings, that is all of its limbs, and probably had black feathers all over its body, just like what ravens nowadays are famous for. It lived in an environment of around 21 degrees Celsius, with 15 degrees being in the winter, and 27 degrees in the summer. So, how would these ancient bird-like creatures do in Bulgaria? Well, we'll first need a location to settle them in. I propose that we locate them in Srednja Gora, which in the original name from Old Bulgarian and Slavic would translate to something like Middle Mountain. As the name suggests, the height of the mountain is neither very high neither low, and it is located in central Bulgaria. If we transport them there during the summer, they'll at first have plenty of food to eat, bugs, few lizards, birds, even small mammals and eggs. Food won't be a very big problem for them. As they can fly and climb trees with their sickly-shaped claws on their legs, they'll be able to flee from dangerous situations and predators in 2 ways, which is certainly not bad, as nature tends to be cruel at times. While it may certainly look good for them at first, this won't be the case for very long, as the summer comes to a close and the colder months approach. Not only would the difference in temperatures be too much for many of these bird-like reptiles, but food will basically cease around December and until the middle of February. That would have a catastrophic effect on the Microraptor populations, and many would die either of coldness or starvation. Any eggs laid in the colder months would probably never hatch, due to the embryo deceasing in the egg itself, and if any do, under very strict and specific circumstances, it would be very hard for the hatchling to survive. But there is a small, but potentially crucial fact that might change, or even save these dromaeosaurs from the damnation of the cold months: they were warm-blooded. So, I propose, that if the Microraptors are able to survive to cold winters for the first few winters, they would be able to acquire new adaptations. One of these obviously, would probably be that they would develop higher metabolism, which will be able to keep them even warmer during the cold winters of Bulgaria. But now you might ask, won't they need more food in order to sustain that metabolism? Well, you're right, but here's my proposition: a behavior change in these birds. I propose, that if they manage to survive enough of the cold months in these mountains, they might figure out how to make it easier during the winter. This behavior adaptation would be, that as the coldness approaches, the Microraptors would collect more and more food to store during these times, in little holes in some trees, where they would probably live in order to escape the drastically lower temperatures. Maybe, just maybe, these ancient creatures would become smaller and smaller as different generations pass by, so they will need less food. But, there's another way. Either just before the first winter comes, or after it passes by, it's possible that these predators would migrate southern and southern every week or so, until they're eventually in a warmer place, like Greece for example. With that out of the way, there's still one more thing we need to look through. It's the same thing as in my Smilodon video, poachers. Seeing that a mysterious bird-like creature, that is also of a seemingly unbelievable size for that region, I think that some people would go out of their way to illegally hunt them. But, I suppose that they would be pretty quickly put into the Red Book of Biodiversity of Bulgaria, which for those who do not know is, essentially a list of endangered animals on the territory of Bulgaria, which are illegal not only to hunt and kill, but also to have as your pets. And probably, if the government of Bulgaria cares so much for some unknown reason, they might put these incredible creatures into warmer habitats, where the winters won't be so harsh on them. For all these reasons, I'm putting the Microraptor on the survivability scale from 1 to 10 from 2.7 to 4.3 out of 10. So, that's about it in this video. Comment if you liked it and want similar ones in the future, and remember, always remember, it's all just a speculation. Thanks for watching.